The Trump administration is increasing military pressure against Iran after 2 American service members were killed following a recent attack in Jordan, while another service member died in Iraq during operations involving a downed Iranian drone. Those great people, those great patriots, were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, President Donald Trump told reporters on July 19 at Joint Base Andrews. Iran has been very, very badly damaged. They've lost everything almost militarily. They've got very little left. In the wake of the fatalities, the U.S. Central Command, known as CENTCOM, said in a post on X that it launched another round of strikes against Iran at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on July 19. The move marks the 9th straight night of attacks against the Middle Eastern country. The strikes will continue degrading Iranian military capabilities used to attack commercial vessels and civilian mariners transiting the Strait of Hormuz, the command said. The war with Iran, which began February 28, is nearing its 5th month. The United States and Iran signed a preliminary agreement in June that aimed to halt fighting and provide a path for a longer-term peace deal. But that agreement has collapsed, and Trump has said he considers the ceasefire over. Further, Iran's supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, vowed that Washington would pay for seeking to escalate the conflict, according to Reuters. Images capture the escalating conflict between the United States and Iran, as military strikes, regional tensions, and economic concerns draw global attention. Pictured here, a damaged railway bridge near Akkala that U.S. struck last night, Akkala, Golestan Province, Iran, July 9, 2026 in this screen grab obtained from a social media video. Social media, via Reuters. Satellite imagery shows damage to an Iranian port building following recent U.S. strikes in Sarkar-Tarui, Hormozgan Province, Iran, July 9, 2026. 2026 Planet Labs PBC, via Reuters, Tasnim Hijazi, who returned home following displacement during the war, after the Israel-Lebanon deal, pours coffee while sitting on the veranda of her parents' home near the rubble of a building destroyed in an Israeli strike, in Tyre, southern Lebanon, July 5, 2026. Zora Bensamra, Reuters, Iran war sees surge of US-led strikes, one of 15. Images capture the escalating conflict between the United States and Iran, as military strikes, regional tensions, and economic concerns draw global attention. Pictured here, a damaged railway bridge near Akkala that U.S. struck last night, Akkala, Golestan Province, Iran, July 9, 2026 in this screen grab obtained from a social media video. Social media, via Reuters. More 3 U.S. service members killed in Jordan, Iraq. CENTCOM said 2 U.S. service members were killed July 17, while another remains missing after Iranian ballistic missile and drone attacks struck U.S. and partner forces in Jordan. After a thorough search, U.S. military personnel found unidentified remains at the location earlier today, CENTCOM said in an update on July 19. An examination process to verify the remains is ongoing. 4 additional American service members were medically evacuated to hospitals in Jordan but have since been discharged, while other personnel treated for minor injuries have returned to duty. Separately, CENTCOM said another service member was killed in northern Iraq on July 18 during a controlled detonation of unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian one-way attack drone. A second service member was wounded in the incident and is receiving medical treatment for a minor injury. With the 3 most recent deaths, the total number of U.S. service members killed in the war is now 17. Over 50,000 uniformed U.S. service members are serving across the Middle East. Iran's health ministry said 50 people had been killed and more than 500 wounded in U.S. strikes on the country over the past 3 weeks alone, Reuters reported. Ship on fire in the Strait of Hormuz. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations, UKMTO, agency said it received a report of an incident in the Strait of Hormuz, about 8 nautical miles northwest of Qumzar, Oman, where a vessel was on fire. UKMTO have received information from military authorities that a vessel is on fire, the agency said in a statement. Vessels are advised to transit with caution and report any suspicious activity to UKMTO while authorities investigate. UKMTO said the cause of the fire had not yet been confirmed. The strait is a vital shipping channel that carried 1/5 of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas shipments before the war. The recent strikes between America and Iran have heightened tensions over control of the key waterway. Rubio meets with Lebanon president who will soon visit. White House Secretary of State Marco Rubio speaks with members of the media in Manama, Bahrain on June 25, 2026. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Joseph Aoun, the president of Lebanon, on July 19 to discuss a framework agreement signed by Israel and Lebanon last month. The agreement seeks to end the outstanding conflict between the two countries. Aoun will also meet with Trump at the White House on July 21. GOP Congressman, U.S. back to Plan A. Representative Michael McCall, Republican Texas, said on Fox News Sunday that the United States is moving back to Plan A in the conflict. Now we're going to move forward with Plan A again, McCall said. The military is going to move in, take out their launch pads, take out the ability to send Shahd drones to hit tankers, and the missiles. McCall said America should reopen the Strait of Hormuz and take away targets inside Iran that threaten commercial shipping. We've got to knock out these targets inside of Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz, McCall said. That has to be the fundamental objective. McCall also said the military was winning this war against Iran. Worldwide caution issued for Americans abroad. Heightened tensions in the Middle East and the potential for unforeseen escalation have prompted the State Department to issue a new worldwide caution for all Americans abroad. The alert advises Americans to exercise increased caution, noting that U.S. diplomatic facilities beyond the Middle East have been targeted and groups supportive of Iran may target other U.S. interests overseas or locations associated with the United States and/or Americans throughout the world.